Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, we went and picked up the 99 Dodge Durango. We picked this Durango up for $100 from a coworker, and we had intentions of putting it back on the road, but it's just too rusty and it does a killer burnout. But the problem is we can only do a burnout with one wheel.
Oh my gosh.
Just rolling.
A little smoky.
So in today's video, we're going to take care of that and show you a cheap and almost free way so you can have Posi rear end to do some killer burnouts on your own vehicle. We have an opportunity to hit up a local burnout contest that I've never done a burnout contest before, and so I thought, hey, we got some cool trucks that can do burnouts. We got the Banana, that 79 Chevy truck that can do some killer burnouts. We got the drag truck, which is a 69 C10. But in a burnout contest, it's a little bit different. I don't feel comfortable bringing either the Banana, or we call it the drag truck, the B-Rat. We don't feel very comfortable taking either one of those vehicles to the burnout contest just because it is a small pad contained and there's a wall around it. So we really don't want to do any body damage to either one of those trucks, even though I know they would compete and do really well at the burnout contest. Which brings us back to the Durango and why we chose the Durango to enter into the burnout contest. It's got a V8, some horsepowers, and it's four-wheel drive, but we're going to take care of that as well. It's rear-wheel drive, and that's what brings us to this video, is that we're going to work on the rear end, and then we will be able to weld up the rear spider gears on the rear end. We will show you how to do that for free. You can do that in your own garage with a welder, almost any welder, and we'll show you the tips and tricks how you do that quick and easy. If you don't have a welder, you could see if a buddy has a welder and go over to his place and get that rear end welded up so you can do some killer burnouts instead of those one wheel peels. So now that we got the Durango in the garage, we jacked it up, put it on some jack stands, and my boy and I just started tinkering around on it, kind of make it look a little bit better visually and give us some inspiration to keep working on it. It also had some rotten out, nasty Nerf bars, some step bars off the side of the Durango. We took care of that.
I'm scared. Got her! If the camera's off. Huh? Are we gonna be famous YouTubers if the camera's off?
We're not gonna be famous.
What up? G-Mac.
We found some wheels. So we got some wheel adapters to these Durangos have a weird bolt pattern in these Durangos, which is kind of an oddball size to get different wheels and tires on there. So we bought an adapter set from Amazon. Here, I'll show you. Look at that. Free sticker. You know where that's going. Going on trash cans. So we got these wheel adapters that will go on the Durango, and we will be able to go from a 6, 4.5 bolt pattern to a 6 and 5.5, which are very common. And we scored some Chevy wheels. So the front we're going to do 17s. I wanted it a little bit narrower, but I scored some for $30 at the local junkyard, scrapyard. And the rear, we scored some fat 15 by 10-inch wheels. I'm pretty excited about that. Not a couple days later, found some tires on Marketplace. Went and picked those up. Some drag radials. Pretty excited about that. I'm going to try to maybe sell the stock wheels and tires just to recoup some of the cash that I'm spending on the burnout beater. And if I don't sell those, maybe we'll just end up burning those off and maybe in a further video.
You know where the weight room is?
Once we had it in the garage here, we're playing around with it a little bit, and we pulled the front bumper off. We're kind of going for a look here in the Durango, and the look is kind of going to be like an altered, like in the 50s and 60s, they had the altered looking cars. Do a little gasser look. Pretty excited about that. I got a vision, and I hope it kind of all pans out. We are ready to dig into that rear end and show you a quick way to eliminate the one wheel peel so we can do some posi burnouts. Got to pull the diff cover off. We'll just zip these bolts off on the side here. We will drain the fluid.
Here's a tip. Make sure you leave one bolt in your diff cover while you're removing your diff cover. There's no drain plug here, so you can't drain the fluid that's in your rear diff. The best way to do it is to get a pry bar and hammer this cover off. But you don't want all that fluid coming at you at one time. So make sure you loosen one bolt up and keep it in the top. We'll hammer this diff off and hopefully contain most of this fluid.
And we will pull the cover. Once we got the cover pulled, we need to go in there and spray it with some non-flammable. We're using the brake cleaner to clean all the gear oil out. So when we're cleaning the gear oil out, we don't want the brake cleaner to be flammable, because the next step is doing some welding on the spider gears. So once we get the spider gears welded up, we can have ourselves a cheap and free posi rear end.
Well, the purpose of welding the rear end to get the Posi-traction is so we can have both wheels turning at the same time. You'll see that if you put it in gear, only one of these spider gears here will spin in results of the one wheel spinning. So we're going to weld these spider gears and like 8 different locations on one side, and then we're going to weld them right here in this area. We're going to weld the spider to the carrier. We're just going to run one tack, well, like a heavy bead, we'll say. Then weld each spider to itself. We'll run a nice hot bead between each spider. We'll run a bead. Yeah, there'll be 4 of those locations, and then 4 of the locations from the spider to the carrier. But first we're going to apply a little bit of heat. We're going to put heat on the carrier to the spider gears. We're going to put some heat we're going to apply some heat on the spider gears themselves. And this process will help warm up those gears to hopefully help get a better bonding surface when we weld those spider gears together. Wow, that's a nice weld. Well, there you have it. We got all the spider gears welded. Technically, you would only need to weld the spider gears to the carrier and not necessarily weld the spider gears to each other. By welding the spider gears just to the carrier on these 4 spots are usually strong enough to hold the posi together while welding it. I just added a little bit of security by welding 4 little spots to the spider gears together. The only thing we have left now is to clean the old cover up, remove all the glue from it, clean it up real well. Might paint it just for funsies. We'll check out that beautiful diff cover. Some leftover paint from the Rocky project. You know, I didn't have any black or any red, so that will do. Fill it up with some rear end fluid, ready to go out and do some 2-wheel peels instead of just that gross 1-wheel peel.
Well, that's a wrap on this video. Hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks on welding your rear end so you can have yourself some posi on your rear wheel drive vehicle. We won't be able to go out and thrash on it quite yet. Make sure you like and subscribe because we got one more mod that we want to do to the Durango before we go take it out and do some killer burnouts. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time.
Whoa, check that out. That might need to be replaced. What's so funny in there?